Your future is built today, not tomorrow, not next week, not when the stars align or the world decides it is convenient for you to rise. Your future is forged in the moments you choose to act, in the decisions you make when no one is watching, in the small victories that stack quietly until they become unstoppable momentum. Thomas Edison did not wait for inspiration to strike before he lit the world with the incandescent bulb. He built it with 10,000 failures, with patience, with a stubborn refusal to surrender. And you, if you are willing, can do the same. But first, you must awaken to the truth. The life you dream of is not floating somewhere beyond your reach. It is not waiting for luck, for chance, for permission. It exists right now as a seed planted in the soil of your discipline, watered with the sweat of focus and nurtured by belief. Look at the people history reveres. Carnegie, Ford, Lincoln, Disney. None of them waited for a perfect day to begin. None of them asked the world to bend in their favor. They carved their destinies with relentless clarity of purpose. They understood that success is not born in fleeting bursts of talent or luck, but in the quiet insistence of daily action, in the unwavering alignment of vision and effort. And so your journey begins not with the grand gesture, but with the disciplined, intentional steps that define your character, that build the foundation of the life you want. Belief is the cornerstone. What you believe about yourself determines the trajectory of your life. Henry Ford once said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." These are not idle words. They are a hammer striking the anvil of your potential. Every thought you allow to dominate your mind is a blueprint. Every conviction you hold is the architecture of your destiny. When you doubt yourself, when fear whispers that you are not enough, remember that Edison failed thousands of times, that Lincoln faced political ruin, that Disney was rejected over and over. They did not doubt themselves because they knew the power of belief, the unwavering commitment to the vision before it became visible. Clarity follows belief. You cannot navigate a storm with a blindfold. You cannot rise to greatness if your purpose is muddled, if your goals are indistinct shadows. Sit with yourself in silence. Strip away the noise, the distractions, the opinions that do not serve you. Define what you want with precision. Your vision is your compass, and without it, every action is wasted energy. Carnegie taught that the ability to focus on the important, to listen to the call of your own potential above the clamor of the world, is the first step toward mastery. And mastery begins when you see your path clearly, when your mind becomes a lens that captures the details of the future you intend to build. Purpose is the fire that fuels clarity. Without purpose, action is empty. Without purpose, discipline becomes a burden, a grind that crushes rather than elevates. But when your purpose is vivid, when it resonates in your bones, your efforts become effortless. The greats of history never measured their days by hours, but by alignment with purpose. Disney drew magic from the depths of imagination because he believed the world deserved wonder. Lincoln persisted through heartbreak and war because he believed in the promise of unity. Purpose transforms work into art, struggle into growth, and setbacks into lessons. Discipline is the bridge between vision and reality. You may dream boldly, but without discipline, dreams remain fragile illusions. Carnegie reminded us that character is shaped not by the grand moments, but by the consistency of small actions repeated daily. The act of waking before the world stirs, of committing to mastery over your habits, of saying no to distractions and yes to the work that matters, this is where empires are built. Discipline does not restrict, it liberates. It frees you from the tyranny of your own impulses and anchors you in the unwavering pursuit of your goals. Action is the hammer that strikes the foundation of your future. Thoughts, beliefs, visions, they are impotent without movement. Take the step, no matter how small, no matter how uncertain. Edison moved filament after filament. Ford built car after car. Lincoln spoke speech after speech. Disney sketched idea after idea. Each action, though imperfect, compounded into the extraordinary. You are not building a future of theory. You are constructing it with sweat, with courage, with relentless motion. The world does not reward thought alone. It rewards the bold, the persistent, the doer.
Gratitude is a quiet engine of resilience. It is the lens that allows you to see opportunity in failure, lessons in defeat, and growth in struggle. Carnegie understood that appreciation for life, for learning, for the process, cultivates the inner strength that sustains long-term success. The moment you recognize what you have, even in the midst of what you lack, you shift from scarcity to abundance. And from abundance, the mind becomes fertile ground for innovation, for creativity, for vision. Adaptability is the steel of your character. The world does not bend to your will. You bend to its challenges without surrendering your essence. The most successful figures in history were not those who avoided failure. They were those who transformed failure into opportunity. Lincoln turned political defeats into triumphs. Edison turned explosions into illumination. Disney turned rejection into global wonder. To survive and thrive, you must be fluid, resilient, and unshakable in your commitment, while flexible in your method. Learning is the lifeblood of progress. Every setback carries a lesson. Every failure, every criticism, every moment of doubt is a seed from which your future grows. Carnegie understood that curiosity and humility are the gateways to greatness. Edison did not fear failure. He dissected it, studied it, learned from it, until the impossible became inevitable. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. The moment you believe you have arrived, you begin to decay. Knowledge is not just power, it is the architecture of your destiny. Seek it relentlessly. Devour books, experiences, and wisdom from those who have walked the path before you. And then, take what you learn and act. For knowledge without application is merely decoration, not transformation. Resilience is the muscle that will carry you through the storms. Life is not a straight road, it is a gauntlet, a trial of endurance and strength. Lincoln stood in the ruins of a nation divided. Ford faced bankruptcy. Disney faced ridicule. But they endured. They bent without breaking, persisted without surrender, and refused to be defined by circumstances. Resilience is not born, it is forged in the crucible of adversity. And the more you face, the stronger you become. The storm does not destroy, it reveals. It separates the timid from the tenacious, the wishful from the unstoppable. Your future is built in these moments of resistance, in your refusal to quit, in your commitment to rise each time you fall. Vision is the star you navigate by. It is the picture of your future so vivid that it calls to you in the quiet hours, that drives you when the world is silent, that whispers when doubt shouts. Carnegie's timeless truth echoes here. Clarity of vision is the engine of action. Without it, even discipline, belief, and effort are scattered sparks that fade into darkness. But when vision is vivid, when it is detailed and emotionally charged, it pulls you forward with irresistible force. You must see your destiny in your mind before it manifests in your reality. Paint it with color, with detail, with emotion. Live it in your imagination as vividly as you hope to live it in life. The mind is a workshop. Build your future there first. Purpose is the gravity that anchors your vision. Without it, even the brightest ideas drift into nothingness. Purpose gives meaning to struggle. depth to ambition, and courage to act when fear presses against you. Ford built cars not just to move people, but to transform society. Lincoln fought not merely to lead, but to preserve a nation. Disney imagined magic not for profit, but for wonder. When your purpose is rooted deeply, it becomes impossible to derail. It fuels every choice, every action, every sacrifice. The world may test you, doubt you, mock you, but purpose makes you unstoppable. It whispers in your ear in the dead of night, "This is why you endure. This is why you rise. This is why you win." Discipline is the forge where your potential is tempered into reality. You cannot rely on talent alone. Talent without discipline is a candle in the wind. Carnegie taught that character and habits, repeated consistently, are the architecture of success. The act of showing up day after day when no one notices, when no applause comes, is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Discipline is not punishment, it is liberation. It is freedom from distraction, from indecision, from the slow erosion of potential. It is the heartbeat of accomplishment, the pulse of every empire ever built. Action, relentless and unyielding, is where all else converges. Belief, clarity, vision, purpose, discipline. They are inert until set in motion. Take the step, no matter how small. Edison did not invent the light bulb in a single night. He moved, measured, adjusted, and persisted. Ford did not revolutionize transportation by hesitation. He moved forward, iterated, scaled, and endured. Disney did not create an empire by wishing. He built it scene by scene, idea by idea, rejection by rejection. Action compounds. Every choice, every motion, every decision is a brick in the structure of your life. Do not wait. Move. Now. Gratitude is the quiet foundation of fortitude. It is the lens through which you see the world, not as scarcity, but as abundance, not as obstacle, but as opportunity. Carnegie knew that the ability to appreciate, to acknowledge, to recognize the value in what you have and what you are capable of strengthens the spirit, sharpens the mind, and fuels resilience. Gratitude is not passive. It is active recognition of power within and around you. And it transforms every challenge into a lesson, every setback into a step, and every ordinary day into a canvas of opportunity.